Welcome to Tenure Talks, where we interview seasoned procurement leaders who are graciously willing to provide us with their insight and industry expertise. I am your new host, Abby Wadsworth, category specialist on the category management and strategic sourcing team at MassMutual, and I am happy to welcome today's guest, Luke Wolfe from Graphite Connect. Hi, Luke.
Yeah.
Welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your current role?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Abby, for having me on. So Luke Wolfe, a little bit about me. I'm from Tennessee, currently live in Utah. I'm married. I've got 2 kids and 1 on the way. So we're expecting a child in May. So pretty excited and a little stressed out about that, but it's fun with my young and growing family. A little bit about kind of my work experience and my current role. So I have a background in procurement and sourcing. So I started off at Workday out of college. So that was a lot of fun. Learned a ton about strategic sourcing, about data analytics. I was actually a part of the Scout RFP implementation there at Workday before they acquired Scout RFP. So that was a lot of fun, but that kind of gave me my base in procurement. Currently right now, obviously I'm with Graphite. So I made the change about 7 months ago and left Workday. And I've accepted a position as a solutions engineer, which is probably a little different than most people that you talk to. But what I'm able to do is work with our potential customers of Graphite and help design some solutions and see how we can fix their onboarding and intake processes. And so that's kind of my passion and technology and leveraging my experience to do that.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on the baby on the way. And so is that your one unique thing that we didn't know about you, but now we know? Could you tell us one unique thing about you?
Yeah, so I mean, that isn't too unique. But yeah, we're super excited about the baby. I think one unique thing that most people don't know about me is that I actually spent 2 years, I lived in Brazil for 2 years, picked up Portuguese, and like it was just a great experience learning a different culture, really getting to know the people down there and their way of life. And that was a huge or had a huge impact on kind of my view of the world and my different interests. So that was back when I was 19 years old. And so I came back to the United States when I was 21. But that's probably the most interesting thing about me. Outside of that, I'm a pretty vanilla person. I like to stay home and hang out with the family. But yeah, those 2 years in Brazil kind of defined a lot of my life.
That's awesome. That's certainly a unique experience. Thank you for sharing that. What is the most innovative thing you've seen in the last 12 months?
Oh, that's tough. One thing I'll say is I'm super excited about the procurement technologies that have been popping up over the last few years. I mean, just in my career over the last like 6 years, there've just been significant strides in the procurement industry with the technologies that have been coming out. Obviously, I'm here at Graphite now, and that's something that I was excited about. So the one thing, if I had to pick one innovation, I would say probably with the economic downturn, it's more important than ever to like get the most out of your company's resources, both human capital and technology. And automation is key as well as creating process transparency, not with just your internal team, but also with requesters and also with suppliers. And so what we've developed at Graphite is a tool called guided intake. So we want to enable requesters to get what they need faster, while still ensuring that, the correct processes and policies are being followed. But, the ability to promote your preferred suppliers, increase spend under management without creating bottlenecks. That whole, process of enabling and, creating process transparency while onboarding suppliers and managing, ongoing risks and due diligence. We're really excited about that and kind of revolutionizing, the way that people work with each other, both internally and with suppliers.
Wonderful. That's great that you tied that into the work that you're doing now. So I really like that. Well, the next question is, who is the one person, a mentor or coach, who helped you in your career, and what did they provide you with? What advice did they give, or what did you learn from that person?
Yeah, it's so tough to pick just one person. I think one of my mentors that really made the biggest impact on me was actually the person that hired me out of college. Her name is Kim McGlynn. So she was the director of strategic sourcing and travel at Workday. She's currently just made a transition to a senior director role at LinkedIn. But it was just amazing to be able to kind of, a wide-eyed kid coming out of college, don't know what to expect. And she really took me under her wing and just taught me about just, the corporate world. She, spent so much time coaching me up on data analytics, on project management, on negotiations. Like it was good timing, I think, because at that time Workday was just starting to explode. But the team that I joined was about 5 people at that time. And so just the one-on-one time and her taking taking that interest in me and believing in me and helping me develop my skills that have really laid a tremendous foundation for kind of my career. I appreciate her and I appreciate all that she's done, and she'll always be a big part of my career and a tremendous mentor for me.
Well, thank you for sharing that. She sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So taking maybe advice that your mentor gave you, what is one piece of advice that you would give to procurement professionals who are clawing up the ranks right now, who are perhaps watching this video?
Yeah. So actually, I think I want to share a quick story about this that I haven't really shared with many people before, because at the time it was embarrassing to me. But I had an internship during school, so my between my junior and senior year, and during the internship, it went well. I performed well, but after the internship, I went back up and talked, and we were trying to, they were trying to do a last evaluation before extending an offer, and I didn't end up getting the offer. And I think the thing that stood out to me was a comment that was made that, hey, we only hire superstars here, and we want people that fit our culture. And then I didn't get that offer, and that was extremely difficult for me at the time. But then I started to realize that culture, it's a two-way street. That's one thing that I've learned is not every culture is going to be the best for you. You need to find what's going to make you happy as you're trying to move into different roles, into different companies, figure out what you enjoy. And so I would say kind of twofold is being resilient, learning from those type of situations that may be hard at the time, and understand kind of how you can grow and how you can improve, and and then also making strategic connections. I'm kind of an introvert. It's always been hard for me to like network and and be in these events and talk to a bunch of people. And so what I've learned is finding, like I mentioned before with Kim, finding good mentors, people that really care about you, and that have similar interests, that can help kind of springboard you into new positions and new roles that you're interested in. But yeah, that's something that I learned that was kind of difficult at the time, but it's made me such a much better person, and has given me kind of insight into people that are starting out, and being able to support them, help connect them with people that that would help their career.
Well, thank you for sharing. I'm sure it wasn't easy back then, but it's probably easier now to talk about and share that advice now with people, and hopefully it will help. I think it's pretty timely too with how everything is going in the market these days, with people interviewing too and perhaps getting turned down. Got to remain resilient, and one day you will find that fit. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you once again, Luke, for being our guest this week. We really appreciate your time, and thank you to everyone who watched the video.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Abby.